So McCabe lies on CNN to Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper throws him a bunch of softball questions and tries to lure him in to say that Trump is unfit and all this other crap. Which, to McCabe's credit, to Andrew McCabe's credit, he doesn't do that. However, he hints at a lot of stuff, and he lies. So let's look at some of these lies. He says the office of the Inspector General needs to be impartial. He believes that. He says he believes that, which is a lie. He doesn't. He says that the report on him getting him fired was unfair, and the office was giving Trump the results he wanted and all this stuff because Trump asked for something. He believes it was unfair. Well, wasn't unfair. You were leading an investigation against the president and undermining him when you were in the service of him, and he can fire you for basically any reason. So it doesn't matter if it's unfair. Boo-hoo. Kiss my grits. He says he expected Nunes to alert Trump of the investigation, and when he talked about the Gang of Eight and all that, which, by the way, I don't think the Gang of Eight should exist. Like, the fact that 8 people have that much power is ridiculous. But so he went and told the Gang of Eight that he was looking into the president. Nunes was there, and he said that he expected Nunes to tell Trump about this because Nunes is in the support of Trump. And it's like, you expected it to get back to him, yet you said it in front of him. Seems a bit suspicious that you would say that you guys are going to launch an investigation into the president. And one of his most trusted, closest guys or whatever, or one of the guys you perceive to be his most trusted, who cares, is going to get word of it, is going to know about this. I mean, call me crazy, but you don't seem that stupid. You seem more cunning than that. It seems very unlikely. He tries to appear impartial in the interview. I can't comment on whether or not Trump is fit to serve the country. I can't comment on whether or not he's fit to serve as the commander-in-chief and all this other crap. But then he brings up like the sheer amount of people who have been charged in the Trump administration and been convicted. And it's funny because he doesn't bring up the Clintons and all their ties to Russia. Oh, no. Hillary Clinton was actually getting paid by Russia during the election. That was uncovered. No one talks about that. So, we'll just forget that ever happened. Again, is he fit to serve? Yeah. And then, all these questions that people are asking, like, oh, why? What's the FBI doing here? And the FBI isn't being inconsistent here, and so it's the FBI shouldn't be leading it. They're leading this investigation. They try to keep it from the American people. Blah blah blah. Those are just attacks on law enforcement and the justice system. Those are an assault on the people who are doing their jobs. The FBI is made up of people. He literally said this. Everyone in the FBI is doing their job right. I'm paraphrasing, but he said everyone. So I guess 100% of the FBI is uncorruptible. Like the entire institution. There's no corrupt people at all in our government. At least not in the FBI. Oh, but in the DOJ office, the DOJ, they're so corrupt. I didn't know that's how it worked. One institution's perfectly fine. The other one is the complete opposite, right? Because that one office indicted you, got you fired, whatever. Yeah, he sums it. Oh, these aren't attacks on law enforcement. These are honest people. Yeah, so honest. You're such an honest person. He tries to like beef himself. He even mentions himself in there. He tries to beef himself up in the interview. Please, dude. Which leads to another point. He was offended by the deep state accusations. The government serves fairly and consistently. That's what he said. Our government is just trying to serve fairly and consistently. People not trusting in it. Last I checked, no, they don't. People were just thrown in jail for no reason under Obama. The Internal Revenue Service targeted conservatives when Obama was president. That happened. But they serve fairly and consistently. Are you out of your mind? He's not. He knows exactly what he's doing. It blows my mind. This man is offended that he could possibly be the biggest deep state. Oh, how dare you say that about me? Deeply offended. But there's been no evidence of collusion, which, by the way, is not a crime, or definitely not conspiracy. This guy's trying to sell his book. The ultimate goal of this is for the guy to sell his book. He came out with a book recently, and he wants to sell it because he's probably spent up most of his money that he made off the government. And, since he's no longer in power, all the special interests have backed out. And so now he's selling a book. He got with a publisher, some progressive publisher somewhere, which most of them are, and was like, hey, I need to sell a book. Can you help me do that? And they were like, sure. They don't money. Money's money. This is the one towards the end. This is at the end of the interview. After saying he's impartial and then like being like, well, the president, the things he says undermines our law enforcement and blah blah blah. Get out of here. He goes,